Welcome to Our Night Sky on Astrocast.tv. November brings us some interesting planetary sights and a chance to see a meteor shower along with some deep sky objects. As always, be sure to dress for the weather. And if you have them, bring along a small telescope or binoculars to magnify your view. First, the planets Mercury and Venus should be visible low in the west right after sunset on November 13th and 14th. Mercury is usually too close to the sun to spot, so take this opportunity to step out and see it. Venus shows up early in the month, low in the west. Later on, after sunset on November 27th, look to the west, and you'll see it near the thin crescent of the new moon. Mars is still making its appearance in the early morning hours. First, on November 11th, look for it near Regulus, just before dawn. On November 19th, not long after midnight, look east, and you'll find the red planet not too far from the crescent moon. Jupiter continues to dominate the nighttime sky. You can easily spot it in the eastern half of the sky not long after sunset. On November 8th, see if you can spot Jupiter near the almost full moon. A few nights later, on November 11th, the moon appears between the Pleiades star cluster in Taurus and the bright star Aldebaran. You may have heard of the Leonid meteor shower. It occurs each November as Earth moves through the orbit of comet Tempel-Tuttle. This year, the shower spans the night of November 16th to 17th, and meteors will appear to radiate from the constellation Leo. However, the bright waning gibbous moon will wash out the dimmer meteors in this shower, but you might still see some if you step out early in the morning on the 17th. Now let's do a little stargazing. First, we'll explore the region of the constellation Perseus. It lies right near the constellation Cassiopeia. We talked about the Perseus double cluster last month, but it bears looking at again since it's now higher in the sky. You should be able to see the pair by naked eye from a dark sky site and with binoculars in less dark areas. Each one contains more than 300 blue-white supergiant stars. Also in Perseus, look for the star Algol. It has fascinated skywatchers for thousands of years because it gets dimmer for a few hours every 2.8 days. Stargazers in ancient times thought of this star as the winking eye of a demon. If you go out and watch it for a while, take a week or two, you might be able to see how it brightens or dims. Why does it do this? Algol is a binary star system, and as the two stars orbit, one eclipses the other, which causes the dimming. Not far from Perseus is the constellation Taurus the Bull. Its brightest star is called Aldebaran, and it's a red giant. It appears close to a V-shaped open star cluster called the Hyades. Taurus is also known for another star cluster called the Pleiades. Nearly every culture on Earth has a story about these beautiful young stars, and they are widely visible throughout the northern and southern hemispheres. If you look at them through a telescope or binoculars, you'll see dozens or hundreds of stars in this beautiful cluster. There are many more fine sky sights in November, so be sure and take the time to explore the stars and planets on your own. This is Carolyn Collins Petersen for Our Night Sky, wishing you all clear skies from Astrocast.tv. Music for this episode of Our Night Sky comes from the album Stella Novus from geodesium.com.
Mm-hmm.